originally, this report was supposed to be done like an hour ago. However, my internet has been so slow today. My apologies that this is coming out a bit late. However, let's get to the story. So apparently Patreon is tightening its grip around anime-related content from artists that use it. Now, over the years, we have seen more and more artists leave Patreon for alternative websites like Pixiv, and this seems like it might be the latest reason for that to happen. We have a tweet here from Bob BQ who says, Patreon, do you think for one moment that this is totally not lacking any common sense? If you don't want to do business with independent creators, just say it. And they're referring to this picture, which came from another user, Waru Ri, an artist. So this is apparently something that artist posted. And here is what it says for the most part. I'm going to have to paraphrase some of it because of what it gets into. However, this is how it starts, as you can see, just in the large version, make it easier. It says, hi everyone, due to the recent notification from Patreon, I am working with the official staff to adjust the content these days, so the user will be suspended for a few days until the correction is completed. So, looks like Patreon is telling him that he has to remedy this issue. We'll get into more details about what that issue is right now. Don't worry, this pause is only temporary. This time, Patreon officials strictly deal with two things. Number one, restriction and pressure on minors, Japanese style. Number two, restrictions and pressure on external websites. I have to paraphrase the next part. If you want the full context, link in the description to that report. However, here is what we got. The artist elaborates on this. They say, regarding the first point, basically all Japanese styles can be said to be out. As long as you are Japanese style, even if the character looks mature, the official said it will be classified as a minor. So I had to delete 90% of the articles on Patreon. Although this adjustment does not affect the rewards you ultimately receive, it will be a bit regrettable that you cannot directly see the update in advance on Patreon, and I will try to improve this later. For example, look for other platforms to showcase these works. However, depending on how the artist does this is me speaking now, I think they might run into an issue with that regarding the external links. Let's see what they say here. Number two, regarding the second point, the official said that it would check your Patreon traffic source and confirm whether there is any, what they're calling illegal content. If there is any of that, then it will be used to limit your Patreon business. For example, if your Twitter or Pixiv has Japanese-style anime art, Patreon will prohibit you from placing a link to Pixiv on Patreon. The wording's a bit different there. Again, full context, go to the link in the description. Continuing. And you will also be prohibited from placing a link to Patreon on Pixiv. Whoa. Just by default, it sounds like? That's pretty crazy. It's considered a violation. Because of this, I have now removed all links and asked users to search for their name there to ensure that the source of the traffic cannot be traced. Well, here's the problem now that this, if Patreon is already monitoring, and this is what it sounds like they're doing. It sounds like Patreon is monitoring what artists are linking back to and even what they're posting on social media. That's how crazy this is getting. So this artist, unfortunately, may run into an issue now that they have actually made this public, saying that they're going to try to find a way the traffic cannot be traced. I don't know if that's going to sit well with Patreon. They say, since it will take me a lot of time to adjust the above content, it may be a few more days for Patreon to resume normal operation. If it does, I have my fingers crossed for this artist. And you know what? Let me add this too. If they can't use Patreon anymore, I also have my fingers crossed that they end up with a more lucrative alternative option and it works out better for them anyway. Let's continue on. They say I may release the latest news of the creation in other ways in the future. After Patreon resumes operations, a new article will be posted to announce the relevant details. I will continue to complete the animation update this month, and the reward will be sent normally after every other month. Now, there is a ton of backlash for this, and I have some of the examples over on Niannet. I'm not going to show them in this video for two reasons. One, the reactions from the community, they're a little, they're a little much to show here. I don't blame the people at all for being upset with this, though. I really don't. I just don't want this video to run into problems. And number two, since I'm already so behind schedule today, I got to wrap this up. I can't spend too much time on this. I've got some things to handle. It's been one of those days. I apologize if my reporting has been a bit lacking today. Truly, I think I can do better. However, like I said, it's one of those days, man, and tomorrow hopefully will be better. Let me also make this caveat because I don't want to be promoting something that is potentially a fake situation. As you can see /here, the artist doesn't seem to have the best English. I don't mean, I'm not trying to be mean to them at all with this. What I'm getting at is maybe there was a little bit of a miscommunication and Patreon didn't intend it to come off like they are outright banning all anime content. Maybe there was a miscommunication there. However, with what's been going on with Patreon over the years, I really would not be surprised if they did mean it to be taken that way either. I don't know. It's a mess. The good news is the last 2 days, we've had some really awesome and fun live streams. For everyone who was able to attend those, thank you. If you weren't able to attend, hopefully I can see you in future live streams. We should be doing a stream tomorrow. So if all goes well, I'll have some good reports out tomorrow along with a live stream, probably somewhere around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, give or take an hour, and I will tweet out more details when I know more. And I'd like to give a thanks to everyone, again, who tuned into this video and is putting up with my kind of iffy reporting today. And a big thanks to everyone who promoted the earlier video over on Twitter. And if you promoted it elsewhere, thank you. My system only tells me about Twitter, however. Shout out to Bunny Knight Scarlet, James Lopez, Ollie Wooly Gaming, Chaotic Keyblade, the Non-Milankovic, Man on the Moon. Hey, I haven't seen you in a little while, buddy. Lancaster, Coden, Steven, Mr. Anime 343, Ishra, Ricky Spiral, Dinosaur King, Jorol Navarro, Demorte, and Annoyed. Annoyed. Let's just leave it at that. Thank you all very much again, and I will see you next time.